Have you ever sat around and thought about the absurdities of life? You know what I mean? Like, you ever wake up one morning and just think to yourself like, what is the point of all of this? This is how I've been feeling the last couple of days. I haven't posted in a while, in case you didn't notice. I'm sure you did. I kind of went through this whole, I guess, wormhole in a sense where, you know, I've just been thinking about society and how it all relates to the individual. And, you know, obviously with my life, but then extrapolating that thought and thinking about it from so many other different perspectives. And, you know, it's crazy because the more I think about just how society is going and the direction it's going in, it almost makes it feel like as if life, not necessarily life is not worth living. That's not the point I want to get across here. I mean, some people will have that opinion. I'm not necessarily saying it's wrong, but that's not what I'm trying to get at here. In fact, if you do feel that way and, you know, you have people or you don't have people to talk to about it, if you're a guy, I wouldn't necessarily suggest therapy because, I mean, the way they conduct therapy isn't necessarily conducive for males, and studies have proven this. But regardless of who you are, try to reach out to people, try to find people to talk to. I mean, if you want to leave a comment in the DMs and, you know, shit, I'll even reach out personally. But that's not the point of what I'm trying to get at here. I was just thinking from a broader perspective, like with all things that are happening in today's day and age, what do most people have to live for? Like, what is their life philosophy? What is the thing that makes them wake up in the morning? And, you know, for some, obviously that's going to be kids. For some, you know, normies, I'd call them, they're going to think about like family and all this, you know, until divorce happens. Not that I'm wishing it upon anyone, but I mean, let's look at the data here, ladies and gentlemen. With all those things considered, especially for single men, and this is where I think it really matters, because for single men that are growing up, whether they be between like the ages of 13 all the way up until 30 plus, the question becomes, what do we do? In a sense, like, what is the things that we should start doing that ultimately give us all meaning? And this is where I kind of found motivation for this video. I'm not gonna lie, I have been feeling like I was in a rut for a little bit, but thinking about these things, not necessarily from a doom and gloom perspective, but more so just thinking about these things in the context of what my life means in the grand scheme of things, it's given me a lot of motivation, and I kind of wanted to share that with you today. And a big part of that foundation, or just that thought process, goes into the theory of not letting life break you, right? And I think this is doubly important for men. I mean, women, if you run across this, you're more than welcome to listen. But more specifically for my guys here, don't let life break you. You know, there's a lot of things that we all go through. And ladies, again, before you chime in, I understand you go through some things, but trying to keep it very specific here. Like, it's so easy to get bogged down by, you know, the trials and tribulations of life, the challenges and things that we have to overcome day in, day out. But you have to find some sort of meaning for your life. We can make the argument that life has no meaning. I mean, I know there's a lot of black pillars out there, and I think just more like realists. You know, I can't help but feel like, to some extent, as far as the greater society is concerned, we all have like this wool over our eyes. I mean, some of us do, some of us don't. This isn't a case for being woke, but just look at what's happening to our society. Like, cities are crumbling. You know, we don't have to get political here. That's not my goal. But if you're thinking about this rationally and you're looking at this objectively, things are not going well. And as far as millennials are concerned, or any other generation after us, the things we were promised by those before us are simply not there anymore. So where do we find meaning? And the only thing I could share here is just my personal experience. And I think making YouTube videos, as stupid as that sounds, trust me, I know it coming out of my own mouth sounds absolutely ridiculous, but I think making these kind of videos and, you know, thought pieces, whatever you think of them, inherently gives my life some sort of drive. I mean, of course, there's some extracurriculars beyond that, like my fitness business and overall just being there for my nieces and nephews when applicable. But all things considered, I think being able to create a network of like-minded individuals and come together and have these conversations, whether it be about dating, relationships, or self-improvement, just having these ideas and being able to communicate. Now, the ultimate issue is communication without action essentially is inherently dead, right? But I think that falls on us as the individual to be able to say, you know what, everything that I've quote unquote learned, whether that be whatever space you choose or whether that even be here. I mean, of all places, if you're learning something here, that's kind of wild. But if you are, then hey, kudos to you, and shout out to me for being able to teach while being entertaining. As men, we have to find a meaning to our existence. I mean, beyond that, what is the point of waking up? And I'm serious about that. I mean, honestly, without any inherent meaning, without getting up because you get to do X, Y, and Z, or you get to influence so-and-so, or you get to lead such and such, whatever the case is, if you don't have that, really, can you even argue that you're living? Like, that's just inherent existence. Like, you're just waking up, you know, probably busting one, using the bathroom, obviously eating, using the bathroom again, or whatever you're doing. Like, if it's not up to what you feel will give you that jolt when you wake up in the morning, then you have to search for it. Like, this has to be a duty. I can show you the way. I can show you how to find it. Self-improvement and self-development courses coming later in the summer, or like towards the fall. But I just think that's important, and I don't know, I just wanted to share that piece because, you know, when I spend time with some of my clients, when I'm training in person, we tend to have these philosophical conversations, especially my early morning clients, like my 7 a.m.ers. You know, it's never too early to have, you know, deep, meaningful conversations. So you let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and share and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 10K. I promise I'm gonna be a little more consistent with my videos. I know sometimes I'm like a little sporadic with them. But you know, life be lifing. Your boy out here hustling, we grinding. So yeah, support the channel anyway possible. I really appreciate it. But more importantly, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think? Do you feel like your life inherently has no meaning? If you do, what do you think will give you meaning? And if you feel like your life has meaning, what are the things that are currently giving it meaning, and how sustainable is that? Obviously, you don't have to answer that in like a full essay, but I don't know, I'm just curious to hear y'all thoughts. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for chilling. Check out another one of these videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.